Hey everybody, welcome to the Tabletop Spotlight, the weekly show where I get to go over all the cool stuff you can pick up this very weekend at your favorite local gaming store. We want to give a big shout out to our friends over at Dragons Lair Comics Fancy for hooking us up with all of these products. And again, if you have a local gaming store, go shop there, support your local store. So with that said, let's get into our games of the week. An ancient evil has reawakened, and it's time to return to the Darktower. Return to the Darktower is a re-release, reimagining, reforging, whatever you want to call it, from Restoration Games of the classic Darktower board game. In this game, 1 to 4 players will try to tackle the evil that lies within the Darktower. Return to the Darktower combines the classic adventure with some technological wizardry, which updates the classic tower spinning mechanic with a hybrid app functionality. By connecting the Darktower to your smart device, it'll generate your quests, your events, your battle cards, dungeons, and much, much more. Now, if you've never played Darktower, it was a classic board game, had a giant dark tower in the middle of the board. It was kind of a circular board, and the tower would actually spin around and make lights and noises. It scared a small me as a small child. It kind of very, very keenly sticks out in my mind. So I'm very excited about this reimagining from Restoration Games, and I think you should be too. Don't let your 4-year-old play this game without you, which is what happened to me. Batteries are required for the tower as well, and obviously there is a online app you can download to check it out. But again, Return to the Darktower, it's a classic, and it's back. Go check this one out. Ivion, the hero crafting card game, is back with 3 new hero packs for you to check out this weekend. If you're not familiar with Ivion, it is a 2-player immersive competitive card game that also uses miniatures and a board for you to battle it out with, kind of an arena battler in that sense. This box is called the Fox in the Forest because it contains those 2 heroes. The Fox is a character who has set out on her own into the inhospitable wilds, who prefers the company of the cold over her clan. She wields an array of tools and weapons to surpass any obstacle and finds adventure along the way. The forest gives no quarter to those who would trespass into her woods. She's a fey spirit caught and trapped in this plane, and she has gone insane from the winter's unholy presence. Few survive this forest roamed by a wilder. Again, this is just one of the 3 packs out this weekend. There are 2 other ones, and they each contain 2 characters that you can have new decks and new experiences playing. So go check out all 3 for Ivion. Things are getting a little crazy in Neverwinter, and it's your turn to try to escape in Bedlam in Neverwinter. Bedlam in Neverwinter is a Dungeons & Dragons themed escape and solve mystery game. This is one epic tale that is told in 3 separate acts in an escape room style board game. You'll create characters and battle monsters while you wander around trying to solve fantastical puzzles, all with the hopes of escaping the dungeon and solving the mystery. The box set itself also comes with 6 plastic figures, 11 different game boards, a D20, a D6, and a whole bunch of player cards. There's a mystery to solve in Bedlam in Neverwinter, and if you are a little aspiring DM, you might want to steal some ideas from this for your next campaign, because it's always fun to throw some puzzles at your players and see what they do with them. So check this one out for campaign ideas or just a one-off game night for you and your friends. Terraforming Mars is back with a brand new dice game version. Now, if you're familiar with the Terraforming Mars series, it's all about, shockingly enough, trying to terraform Mars into a habitable planet. In the dice game, this is based on the strategy game Terraforming Mars, you're going to be combining 60 custom dice with 159 unique cards to create the terraformed Mars of your dreams. You'll roll the dice to figure out what your production will be for the turn. You'll be able to manipulate those dice depending on what kind of upgrades you've got, and then you'll play a card with your resources that you've generated. This is a new spin on Terraforming Mars. If you're familiar with the card game, this is changing a lot of those mechanics over to a dice-based system, and it definitely is a new spin on that idea of how do you terraform Mars. Some of the concepts may carry over if you've played the card game, but this is, of course, going to be a lot more random with all of the dice rolls. So if you like rolling dice and you want to terraform Mars once again in a new way, check out Terraforming Mars, the dice game. Renegade Games is back with another chunk of the World of Darkness. It is Chicago by Night. Chicago by Night is a source book for the Vampire the Masquerade game set in the World of Darkness. This book includes a history of Chicago from multiple vampire perspectives and accounts of the domain as it exists in the modern nights, along with systems for how to run this city like the twisted, dysfunctional machine that it is. There's a bunch of different introductions for the various clans that are inhabiting the city. There's rules for playing La Sombra and Vampire the Masquerade, including their Discipline of Oblivion as well. There's over 50 individual kindreds with biography, ambition, secrets, relationships, and more that you can include into your chronicle if you are adventuring in Chicago. There's a multitude of chronicle hooks covering everything from the beast and the hunger to humanity and hierarchy, and a single large chronicle in which the La Sombra make it their mission to join the elite ranks of the Camarilla. Additionally, there's a ton of lore sheets for characters that are new or have already played in Chicago previously. This is an easy way to integrate their characters into the book's many different stories. This being the fictionalized city of Chicago in the World of Darkness, it's got a ton of lore and history to go through. There's all of the different vampire clans that are involved that have a stake in how the city turns out. And again, it's got an entire chronicle for you to play through as well. So it's got everything you need to tackle Chicago by night. If you're a fan of Vampire the Masquerade and have been playing the new edition and you are looking to up your game, or if you just want to read up on Chicago in the World of Darkness, then check out Chicago by Night. And again, while this is vampire focused, it will work with all of the other stuff going on in the World of Darkness because it's all one giant system. Well, those were the games of the week, and once again, thanks to our friends over at Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy for hooking us up. And again, if you like any of these products, please support your local scene and shop locally. I'm Adam from Bell Vessels, and we'll see you next time on the Tabletop Spotlight.